Number 2, students have been abuzz over how artificial intelligence tools can do their homework and program over how the programmers, how these can increase their productivity or take away the jobs. So, two different outlooks on AI. Students are saying what? Students are saying good for homework. Programmers, though, take away jobs. As much as digitization has transformed the country in recent years, there is a widespread feeling that at some point around the horizon, AI shall rejig everything in even more fundamental, fantastic, and frightening ways. Okay, so digitization shift, and that shift can at one point change everything. Okay, in all sorts of ways. It can be great, it can be bad also. This is why good, bad, ugly, all different ways. This is why deciding how the coming changes should be regulated is very important. TRI has made a strong case for an independent statutory authority to ensure the responsible development and use of AI in the country. So, regulation. Regulation needs to be tightly monitored. Global agency a global agency along similar lines shall likely be pitched at the G20 Leader Summit. And interestingly, even American MNC Microsoft has floated a blueprint for AI governance in India. So really, so far talking about the importance, the ways it could possibly change, and then the focus on governance. The great size and diversity of its data points, individuals, make India of great interest to all developers of AI technology. India, great population, therefore very important. But India is only at the receiving end, nowhere close to the US and China's advances. Okay, so we are, although lately it is becoming obvious how much state censorship is encumbering China's large language modeling, the country is still very much in the game with PhDs in fields related to AI, investments in AI chip, hardware design, and domestic generative models like Woodhouse. Okay, so this is about innovations in the field of AI from India is very low, way behind. US and China are doing okay, but China has problems of censorship. But they're still doing okay otherwise. They have these things going for them. Okay. The scientific accomplishments of India's Chandrayaan mission have seen it being wooed for various international space collaborations. This promises spin-off technological benefits across Indian industry and is also geostrategically useful. Okay, the success of Chandrayaan has spill-off effect. Likewise, it is only with sufficient AI prowess that India shall really get to play at the high table of global rule making of AI. I was saying if you want to be if you want to have a say in the global rule making of AI, you need India needs innovation to happen. Okay. Knowing how much India's future shall be shaped by generative AI needs matching efforts to create indigenous models. In this and at this stage, a proactive government role is key rather than just waiting on some large corporation to do the needful. So basically, this point is saying this starts with the positive, negative of AI in general, then starts talking about how monitoring the technology is very important. Shows how we are behind US and China in terms of innovation, and now is talking about what we need to do. So we need to make our own models, is what this is saying. In this, so India needs to make its own LLM. Okay. In this and at this stage, a proactive government role is key. So government, so to do this, government role. Government has to play a role. You can't just expect a MNC to come and do the job for you. Missing this bus will, after all, be even more costly than missing the chip research one. So this has greater implications than missing the chip research bus. Okay, plus GOI alone can push academia industry collaborations with the necessary weight and urgency. So this has the not doing this as severe ramifications. Also, GOI has, the government of India has the metal, or say ability to push what? Academia industry. Collaborate between the academic world and the industrial world. Okay. This does not let other institutions off the hook. Others also need to provide. A US judge has rejected the copyright for an AI generated artwork. Indian courts should start engaging with the broader issue of non-human agency rather than wait for precedents to be set elsewhere. So other institutions that will be needed is courts also need to set themselves up for AI. Indian schools need to think beyond the bench at GPT mindset. Let us lead instead of only being led. Let's look at the questions. 91. Which of the following is the author most likely to agree with? The best way to deal with the advancement of AI is to leave its regulation to market forces. That's not what he's saying. He's saying involve yourself, get the government. He says government involvement is crucial. So he's not going to agree with that. Government-driven control of AI is inefficient and shall promote red tapeism. Absolutely not going to agree with that, because he wants the government to get involved. Private companies with their large capital and infrastructure design the most efficient AI governance models. No. Says wants the government to do the governance, because only the government has the ability to bridge academia and industry. So private companies may be required, but government has to lead. Okay. Government-led initiatives of AI regulation and development lead to efficient outcomes. Unless he believes in the fact that government-led AI regulation would lead to efficient outcomes, he would not recommend it, right? D is the answer. Okay, it's a slight inference that we need to make here. Unless that efficiency of outcome is something that he doesn't, if he doesn't believe that's going to come, why would he recommend the government to lead, right? Which of the following, if true, would most strengthen the main argument of the passage? What is the main argument of the passage? Is for the government to take control and for India to lead innovations in the sector of AI. Governments that lead the initiative on regulating and responding to the advancement of AI tools benefit the most from them. If the governments leading the initiative provides a significant benefit, then it makes sense, right? The author's argument, because the author's argument is what? The author's argument is government should lead in AI innovation and regulation, both. Regulate and innovate, both. And if regulating an initiative and advancement is beneficial, which option A is saying that it benefits the most when governments do it, it benefits the country most. This gets strengthened. So A looks like a good fit. Governments that don't engage with generative AI and remain at its receiving end stay risk averse with nothing to lose. This does not strengthen because the government leading the AI innovation and regulation would is the argument that is presented, right? And this is saying that nothing really happens. They don't really lose much. Whereas A is saying they really profit if are governments take charge. Governments that actively incentivize MNCs to participate in AI governance make the most out of the advancements in the field. Again, this is asking somebody else to do it, and clearly the author mentioned that it is the government that should play the central role. Governments that explore models of public-private partnerships strike the right balance in regulating generative AI. This kind of partnership is not discussed. In fact, he was quite adamant about the government taking the charge. Right? So, A is the option. Based only on the author's statement that Indian courts should start engaging with the broader issue of non-human agency rather than wait for precedents to be set elsewhere. Which of the following would the author be most likely to agree with? So what is this basically saying? This is saying that because the concept of AI has entered the courts, in the sense that the courts are seeing AI as a non-human entity, and whether it has agency or not, there are judgments being passed on that. There was an example given in the passage, right? Therefore, courts are actively involved now. So what is the author going to be most likely involved? He said the reason why courts also said other institutions also need to understand what is this shift that is happening, and they also need to prepare for it. Courts should take the initiative by being innovative and laying down rules where no precedents exist. Exactly. Because AI is so new, the courts also need to start accounting for it, basically, and start creating precedents where there are none, right? So A is the option that we have. Looks good. Courts should wait for precedents and wait in the meantime? No. Rather than wait, do it yourself is what he said. So B is incorrect. Court should stop relying on precedents and decide cases on the basis of judicial wisdom. That doesn't make sense at all. It is judicial wisdom that leads to precedents, and precedents would then lead to further judgments. Right? Precedents are the best possible safeguard against arbitrary decision making. This is not about precedents. This is about precedents in terms of AI. Take the initiative, be innovative, account for AI in your decision. If the information in the passage above is correct, which of the following must necessarily be true? AI regulation is the responsibility of the legislature alone. No. Doesn't say it's the responsibility of the legislature alone. Courts are mentioned, for example, right? And it does say that others will also be required, but it is the government that should lead. AI regulation is the responsibility of courts and can't be addressed through standalone statutory regulation. Is the responsibility of the government, is what is said, not the courts. AI regulation is a collaborative effort involving all the institutions of the state. Exactly. It does mention this, and it says, all of it doesn't mean that the other institutions are off the hook. Everybody needs to participate. So C looks good. AI regulation is the domain of private industry. Totally goes against what the whole RC is about. Based on the author's arguments, which of the following would result in weakening rather than strengthening India's position at the forefront of generative AI? Now we need to weaken. All right. Investing in indigenous AI chip hardware design and domestic generative models, that would strengthen our position, right? That means we're doing well. So is it right? Exploring spin-off technological benefits with other scientific advancements like the Chandrayaan mission. I mean, this is irrelevant in terms of generative AI. This is like starting to play a different game altogether, because the other one I cannot play. That's not what we're looking for. Introducing generative models like Wudao, which have demonstrated success in other jurisdictions. This we need to, if we are going to weaken, right? This is a great aspect because Wudao doesn't belong to India. It's not an Indian product. The moment you start taking products from elsewhere, the whole argument which is given, right, it falls. Because the whole argument said what? Our position in the forefront of generative AI weakens if we start using generative AI from other countries. We need to build our own. This, therefore, is a good pick. Locally developing technologies such as indigenous AI models. This would strengthen our position. So, therefore, right. The author states that missing this bus will after all be even more costly than missing the chip research one. For this statement to be true, which of the following statements about chip research must the author most likely agree with? India led chip research from its frontiers? No. If we led, so basically what can we infer? We can infer that we have missed the bus on the chip research one. The chip research one, A, looks very important, apparently is very important. Generative AI one is even more important than that, and we've definitely missed the chip research one. Okay. India was right to leave regulation of chip industry and research to MNCs? No. Otherwise, we would have not mentioned its importance, right? India should have proactively played a role in responding to the new research in chip technology. That's exactly what he's saying. We should have done better. It was really important. We missed the bus. We should have done better. The failure to respond to new developments in chip technology was a bigger loss than the potential failure to... No, this is incorrect. I won't agree with this because it clearly says that AI bus bigger than chip research bus. So when I go to the author and say, okay, look, I think we should have played a proactive role in the chip research, he'll agree with me, right? Because he says that it was quite important and that we missed it. So that's the whole point.